Hi guys, how are you doing? So right now I'm live, and specifically the idea today would be more on the technical side because on the weekly forecast we discussed some of the fundamentals that are kind of impacting the movement of the price, and now we need to like get into the deeper analysis specifically on each pair in order to understand that the how the opening values actually have impacted the prices. So I would be keeping it quite short in a sense that we would be only looking at the bright stuff where we can find the opportunities. So hold tight because this is going to be like really important analysis specifically after the opening of the market, and not only provide you with the better insight but better understanding of each and every aspect of the trading. So guys, now it's really important for us to understand that how specifically DXY is reacting. DXY is the major pair that incorporates other currency pairs. So we have like a range right here in front of you, and we can see a clear breakout around this point, right? So just a sec. I'm sorry, I'm not that well, guys. Still recovering. So see right here, we had this range, and we got the breakout around this point. Although we had a peak formation right here that gave us an extensive move on the downside, reaching up to the 100% or around about like 90% of the Fibonacci if we place right here in order to get the measured move. So anyway, moving further into the deep analysis right here, you see that with this peak formation high, we did got a reaction around here, and price is currently holding the levels. So as the new candle opened for the DXY, this was our previous candle before the closing, and after that this new candle that has been like formed of this 4 hour structure, it is higher than this one, right? So most probable chance is that there is a likelihood that the prices would be going on the upper side like that. For this reason, before the weekend I was looking at this high, but currently I want to be looking at this high until and unless like we get a good breakout from here, then price reaching down there would be the point where we would be deciding specifically like how the price would be currently reacting around this point. So if any sort of like breakout that price comes within back into the range after formation of a new peak formation high somewhere there, or if it I'm just talking about like a sell size probability right now. So if the price breaks around here, then we can actually expect a move, corrective move, and then like specifically selling can be incorporated. Until then, the idea is that the prices still have the opportunity to go on the more bullish side and reaching to the upper top like that. So hold tight for it. We need to like really predict our entries perfectly. So I hope it makes much sense. But right now, on the idea is simply that the price is like is kind of like pulling back specifically on this high and can go further up. So right now, I believe that this would be the better prediction in a sense that there wouldn't be much of the data that will be coming out on Monday. So we can predict that it can go on the bullish side. Uh, Moving further on USD CAD. So guys, we have been like continuously discussing about this setup right here because we had like a good break around here. Prices went down, and after that we are getting this corrective move right here. Many people would be looking at this as a continuation after the accumulation, in a sense that if the price has gone up, so there is an accumulation right here, a distribution, and then prices has like started moving on the upper side like that. So this could be another idea, but for me, just a but for me guys, I personally, the time frame which I'm actually looking at on that, what I actually see is that there is a breakout that happened, and until and unless like price like breaks this level with this kind of like move on the upper side, we can't say that this is specifically a impulsive move on the upper side. On the other hand, this could be a corrective move in a sense that after this breakout, prices can like form this type of structure and can move down, something like that. So in that idea right now, it's much better to wait, specifically any kind of, and before making any sort of decisions. We do have a small order block up here, but I've placed my alert right here, so any kind of like movement can give us the opportunity. On the other hand, guys, USD CHF, although like for USD CHF I was looking at this high, and although I just like moved it right now before starting the stream, but I want to like take it much on the other side, because as I like talked with you guys, it gave me much of the clue that we must be expecting prices to like break on the upper side. So now looking at the structure, it makes more sense in a thing that we do have an order block right here where I have placed my alert, and right here you can see as the price opened around here, price has been like accumulating around this point. Let's see that if price kind of like make this kind of structure, we can expect a move on the downside, and then we can just like uh, take much of our understanding right here, believing that if the price continues on the sell side, prices can reach to this point. But on the other hand, um, there could be another possibility that if the price comes back down there, the prices can go back up, but it all depends upon the price action right here. Right now, the prices are specifically in the neutral stage. There's nothing much we can do in this regard, specifically when it comes to USD CHF. Now moving to USD JPY, guys, like this has been a bit of a complicated situation right now, because you see the high which I've marked is right here after the NFP. There are many highs that I'm specifically looking at. I'm just like specifically looking at this high that can bring changes, specifically in the direction of pulling back, or specifically on the seller inducement around that point. But current situation right now, specifically at this time, before the London Open, I'm just considering this as my high because of this kind of like movement that happened on the NFP, which was quite bullish, but for for JPY it went on the downside. So if you see this, if you see the structure right here, structure is quite on the bullish structure. You can see right here there is a price pullback, and after pulling back right from this point of support, we see that the price is kind of like moved on the upper side, and this is a good indication for being and on the bullish side for a structure. There was a small pullback, price continued, and again there was a retest around this structure, forming a double bottom right here, and after that we can't actually understand like what the price would be doing clearly. In that sense, I'm just like more inclined towards it's better for the price to like break on the upper side until unless like we can get a move, or if the prices comes back down specifically to this level, then we can actually like see that what could be the next prediction if the price completes its range on the both sides. So the price is still in the neutral phase, and there is nothing much which we can actually predict right now. So moving further, guys, Euro USD, a really important update that happened within this Euro USD is that I was considering this as a low for a while before the opening of this week, but I have shifted my low down there a little bit, because you see, I believe that there are certain lows, like we do have this low before price even reaches to this low. We do have like certain kind of lows down there. So right now I'm just like marking my low right here, so that if the price takes down this low, we can actually further analyze this in order to like take certain kind of position in there. We You need to understand, guys, that we are in no hurry to take any sort of position. And if the price kind of like breaks down from there, I would be bringing my this level, that is a point of interest right in here, because I don't want to like see all the price action before taking any sort of entries. So right now this is quite crucial for me in the sense of bringing my interest point towards this level, so that I can see some less price action rather than like looking at all the bigger price action. But if we get like deep into the analysis, you see like this was the low, and you see that how this low has been like holding right here. So price kind of like it's a higher time frame analysis, in a sense that we need to see the local analysis, that is the lower time frame analysis. You see right here it was a small range that formed, and price kind of like broke it. I was able to score a good profit on this move after on specifically on NFP, because I was having the clue that DXY can break on the upper side. So it's kind of like moves opposite to DXY. So in that regard, you see right here price kind of like broke the level, and still like there's a chance that prices can go on the downside further, and most probably like it will. So in that regard we will be looking at that, guys. Euro GBP, really important update. Same, you see like on the previous analysis of weekly, I wasn't making any kind of structure around this low right here and this high right here, because I knew that there would be some kind of probability that would be happening exactly to this level. You can check my previous streams. This level has been marked already, not today, but it was already marked. And you see right here, we did got a good reaction of the breakout on the upper side, and right now prices are reversing. And the decision making right now for us would be specifically when prices started coming down there, and certainly show certain kind of like reaction by breaking this level. Then and only then I would be like more preferred to take certain kind of position, because you see right here it was like an intense range which we kind of like witnessed around this point. And after this range, the price kind of like broke up, pull back a little bit, because higher the breakout, the smaller would be the pullback. So as the price is like specific, like whenever like things happen according to your own plan, it is more probabilistic to take positions in those kind of entries. So we kind of like predicted that the breakout is like quite big, and with this strength I was predicting that the pullback would be smaller. And similarly the pullback, actually this is not a decent pullback which I have marked right here. It's just the idea, because the good pullback that actually happened is the real pullback is around this point. So this is a good pullback level. In that scenario, guys, like I'm just really keenly interested in like specifically like prices coming back to this level, and then I can actually look into it. But you see right here, I'm marking my alert so that it can give me the indication. So price is holding above that. So most likely, on the other hand, on the buyer side territory, we see that uh, although it is showing that it can reverse around like that, but still there is a lot of the area to cover. So that's why, if on the other hand side, if the price is kind of like pull back a little bit and like break on the upper side, it would be also fine with me, and we can decide later on what are the scenarios which we are looking at. So if price kind of break up here, we can like change our high to this point, and even to that point later on, or even to this point. This is a good point to even place our highs. So right now, if we look at it, it's really smooth price action, really good price action, and more interested in this kind of range from this point. And let's see that if price actually like make it more effective. Euro odd, guys, we have been discussing it, and I'm like so deeply looking into this right now, because I'm kind of like predicting this uh, level already. Yeah. So this is a small range that we are looking at. There's a breakout that happened, and after the breakout, now this is an impulsive move, because you see right here it kind of like shifted the dimensions for the side structure, but the timing is now really important, guys, because if the timing is wrong, we would be like really messing up uh, with our trade design and trade ideas. So right now the timing is not right, because uh, we can't see any kind of like a momentum push. So if the price breaks out of this structure right here and form this kind of move, so then we can actually like see that price can come on the downside. But right now, I believe that the setup is smooth, but we need to like keep an eye on it. But if it forms something which I explained already, like that, then and only then we can actually specifically act. Euro NZD, guys. I was I just kind of like took this position, and the stint went as well. I was thinking, because you see, like this was similarly an impulsive move, and I was expecting this as a corrective move, and thinking that price is going to come back down that easily. But prices are not coming down right now, and you see after this retest, I kind of like took my position around here, specifically on this doji that formed, and I kind of like got triggered with it, and I took the position, but eventually price went out and made the third high. But this is really important to understand right now, that the prices has made like three times, one, two, and now three, and after that we got a good reaction of the breakout on the downside like that. So we got a good breakout on the downside. After getting a breakout, guys, now prices could have like gone eventually suddenly on the downside, but still price has like been holding this level for a while, and you see the reversal that is happening is really huge. So if we I'm just really interested in this kind of structure, that how it is actually forming. And if we kind of like look into 1 hour right now, so there is a three candle retracement that is happening, and you see like this is a break that happened on a microstructure, and like the price is making like a three candle structure, although we do have like 23 minutes left right now in this move. But any sort of a move happening like that, I would be willing to enter around here to move around like this first structure, so that I can lock in some profits. So this is how the things are looking right now. But uh, the way this candle is forming, it's on the other hand, guys, if this candle right here that is forming goes up there, it is also a good sign. And if we start getting rejection around this point, we can actually think something like that to be happen, because we aren't able to find a good momentum right now. Similarly on EuroCAD, guys, really important structure and really clean format which we are looking at, and kind of like really important week for this, because I believe this is the time where US policies would be effective from the next week, because of like Trump taking the positions. So you see we had a break right here. After this break, on the downside, we did got a good reaction of this small head and shoulder right here, and prices again went down. After that, we had a small range right here, and there's a breakdown. Although on Friday specifically, we were getting this reaction on the upper side, but of course, like it was happening around this demand zone right here, because we do have a peak formation low right here, and again a peak formation low right here, and the prices is kind of like came down. But still there is there um, isn't much kind of like range that needs to be formed, and if there's a breakout, then I would be like more interested rather than like taking one candle move. So let's see how kind of like price pushes it up or down. Now Euro JPY, guys, all of a sudden, like as we are like looking at the analysis, we see that the yens are getting super strong. Sorry, yens are getting super weak in all the currency pairs. You can see on the next slide, next, sorry, pair, like when we were discussing pounds and Aussies and Kiwis. So even on loonies, right here, you see this is like a low that was formed, and now price is kind of like pushing within the range, and until and unless like price, if this is the low, and if we agree this is the low without touching this order block right here, so if the price kind of like, there's a first thing that price can go down like that and taking this low. This is the first analysis that I kind of like uh, portray right now. But on the other contrary side, guys, for the prices to being bullish, we need this kind of setup right here, and on the pullback we can kind of like take some trade, taking first target and second target, something like that. But for now, guys, as a scalper, you guys can like, if you want like try, you can try. But for me, it's not a setup that I'm looking at on Euro CHF, guys. Like it is happening that we were specifically looking at these two levels really keenly right now, and the way the structure is forming, guys, it is really difficult for me to actually give a good predictions about it, because you see, like, although the pressure is on the sell side, although we had a pressure on the sell side from this point right here, the prices came back down there in front of you. But just a sec. But the most important thing right now to understand is that after this breakout, and you see like prices went down, pushed on the upper side, something like that, forming a head and shoulder right here. Prices crashed on the downside, came exactly to this order block, right, where which we are looking at, and after that prices started going on the upper side. So after price went on the upper side, price kind of like took the liquidity around here, broke the structure as well, and kind of like pushed the price on the downside, making a U-shaped structure or M-shaped structure right here. Let me make it more clear. And prices started tanking on the downside. After that, price, this is kind of like a impulsive move right here, then a corrective move, and then again price tried to reach on the upper side, but it kind of failed. And after failing, price came back down there, formed this range. Most probably people would be thinking about like going off the price on the downside, but with this kind of momentum right here, right, with just a sec. Yeah, so with this kind of momentum, price is kind of reversed really hard, and right now we are exactly to the this level right here. So most likely the idea is that if we even enter right now with this new R, we can get a move on the downside. But if the price is kind of like pull back a little bit and then goes down, it would be another scenario. But most likely this Euro CHF has a high potential and high probability trade. For that reason, I would be noting this pair down because I need to keep an eye on this. So just wait so that I can actually like note it down. So today we have like 13 01 25 Euro CHF, has a high probability setup right now, and you see like the way it is going on the downside, much likelihood is that after this break, this is a small break, breakdown, retest, and price is like going down like that. So let's move further. We would be keeping the eye on this. Pound kind of like I was like looking at this low for the pound to be acted, but it, you see right here, it broke on the downside. Now pound has these lows down there. We do have like a structure right here. You see, three times touch, 1, 2, 3, and price kind of like broke up. So we do expect some kind of reaction around these levels as well. But uh, but if we go like specifically into the deeper analysis, I want to like look at this low for higher confirmation. I don't see specifically like if we see on the daily time frame, then we might see certain kind of reaction. So right now, this could be the low. This could be the low. Anything that kind of like turns around. But on the other hand, rather than like predicting a low that specifically would be helping you out, it's better for us to understand the scenario. So in that case, like we do have like this zone right here, we do have this zone right here. So I want like to pound to like reach to this main level or main zone right here, and in that case if it breaks down on the upper side, then we can actually plan some kind of position. But right now, specifically like looking at this stuff, I don't believe that this can actually push on the upper side, but rather go on the downside further. uh, GPP odd, kind of like sorry, GPP odd on the other side, guys. You see like this is the demand zone right here. This was another other push on the upper side, and price is kind of like breaking on the downside. There can be a high likelihood, guys, that we can lock this position up till there, and even further moving down there, or even like up till this mark. But guys, like this can be a precious opportunity right now in GBP, or even to lock in some of the profits on the downside, because we do have like a clear zone around here after this point. And this is kind of like holding the level right now, but if we kind of like wait for some hours, we can get certainly like the prices on the coming on the downside. Really important stuff right now. I want to like remove this right now, because let me tell you why. Because it kind of like it's solid, but still I feel that it is much likelihood is breached, and I want to like redesign it. So in that case, like any sort of price reaction around this level can give us a good opportunity. So if price kind of like comes back and break this level or retest this level, we can take a small trade on the downside, keeping our stop loss on this point. And on the other side, I am quite interested in this order block right here. You see that we got a good reaction around this point. So let's see that how actually price forms. And you see this setup looks really promising right now, and really interested in this. And for that reason, I am noting it down. GBP NZD, guys. GBP NZD is forming a same kind of structure. This was the trade I kind of like was able to lock in, and after that price went up. And see how price kind of like uh, took all the sellers that has like kind of like sold around here, went back up, came back down with the high momentum with the railroad pattern. What is a railroad pattern, guys? Railroad pattern is kind of a V-shaped structure. If the prices go up, there's a high likelihood that if the prices come back down like that and started retesting this, and this is the point of the entry where we need to enter, and then prices can go on the downside. So this is a railroad pattern. You can like Google it and understand it. So it kind of like seems decent right now, but I don't feel like high momentum in there. GBP CAD gave us a great move with the opening on the downside, and you see this is the low that we are looking at. This was another low right here, we can see, and after that now price is specifically on this gap, and much likelihood is that price is going to go down like that, moving on the straight side, but we don't have like good swing structure in that right now. GBP JPY. So GBP JPY guys is acting right now on this order block, and we do had a structure around here. So price is kind of like holding it right now in here. We do have a reaction that occurred around here. So for making it bullish, like the way it happened it around here, this was like a amazing sell setup, guys. Kind of like missed it, but the way it happened, it was more easy and convincing rather than like taking any position on the downside for expecting the price can go on the upper side like that. Less likelihood, but in any case, we do see a reaction like that, so we can actually like take positions around here if there's a pullback that would be happening. So in that regard right now it's more on the waiting side, and if price kind of like breaks, so it can go on the downside further. GBP CHF is showing the high potential on price to go on the downside. If the price kind of like reaches on the downside, we have to like change our level and towards this low. So in that regard, guys, the prices has got super extended, and really difficult to predict right now that how the price is gonna react. I I like this order block right here, but on the other hand, like it is kind of like pushing towards really to a situation that I want to like remove it for the better understanding. Although we do see certain kind of reactions around here. We do see certain kind of reactions around here, but let's wait until unless like price kind of like reaches to this level. I want to place my alert up there. If kind of like price breaks this level, guys, I would be moving my low to the downside. Similarly, AUD USD, not a convincing structure opening right here. Price is still has a potential to go on the downside, and the low which I am currently looking at is this low. I believe it is not convincing low. If this would have been right here, we do have a structure break right here. So uh, in that case, like it's some people like in the term of trading call it as a breaker block. We do have that kind of structure right here, that price didn't reacted around here, went on the upper side, came back down, bounced around here. But on the other side, guys, like this could be this low of the daily is convincing for me right now, in a sense that it's easy to monitor. In that regard, I'm looking at that. So really a uh, good low for now onwards, but we would be like certainly moving that up. AUD NZD, guys, AUD NZD is like we did got like a sell structure right here. Let me like turn it a little bit back for you. Right here, there was a kind of like a big break, like that happened. You can see, right, this was a resistance, and the way the price kind of like broke, so it's like equally giving us a indication of a sell. So after that there was a continuation structure, really difficult in its range format. But after that there was a big breakout, and after this breakout there was a pullback, and then prices started forming a structure in a continuation or something like that. So the idea, guys, specifically, like if you see prices constantly making higher highs and higher lows right here. So the break, although like the the moves that happened in this case right now is that it kind of like triggered the cell structure on the downside. But I currently believe that this is an inducement right now. But rather, if we get any kind of break on the upper side and then prices comes back down and break the structure, something like that, then and only then we can like take the structure on the sell side. But for me right now, it's not convincing in any form that prices can go on the downside. Similarly, AUD CAD guys, for AUD CAD we are still like looking at this low. Prices are unable to like touch this level, but most probably like they will. And when I would be waking up in the morning, the prices are most likely to reach on this point. So just a sec. So prices can reach to that level, but guys, still still it's if we go on the other side, it would be difficult for us to like deep analysis for us. So we're gonna like keep it right here. Alert is placed, so we would be knowing that. On the other hand, AUD is kind of like making a, we did, this was the low right here, you see we did got a reaction. Prices kind of like break this low coming down, and if they take this level broke on the high, then we can actually like look for the indication of buys if we see the momentum is stronger. Similarly, AUDCHF, it is making a similar structure. Let me explain you really important movement right now which is happening. Really interested in this, although it is difficult setup, but we can just take it. In that case, CHFs are giving a good sell opportunity with the crosses. So you see there was a break right here, there was a break right here. This is a corrective move that happened. Price was unable to form this high, break this high, and after that guys, like this is the structure which I was actually looking at. And along this I was really interested in this and the break way the price broke out. And right now we do have a small order block up here, but most likely the prices would be reaching on the downside and like that, going on the downside like that. So I would be like keeping my specific eyes on uh, AUD CHF as well. CHFs are moving in a good direction guys. um, NZD USD guys, similarly like you see prices are right now on this low right here, and most high likelihood is that they can go on the further downside. In the way you see the structure is forming right now, I believe that they can even go on the downside like that. So for that reason I am really convinced right now not to take any kind of like position in USD crosses. Similarly, NZD CAD is kind of like going to retest this level down there. uh, why I have placed this as a low is a question, and most likelihood is that we should be placing this as a low or this as a low. But we do have these two choices, but we can just like change it in the morning, because in NY session we would be getting much of the better indication specifically that where should be our lows would be. I'm sorry guys, I'm just a little weak right now. So the scenario is really good. Yeah, I want to like remove this guys. I want to like make it more on the prominent side. Okay, so this is this was like a good break that we had. Prices came back down each time. Like you see prices started making a channel right here, a small channel. Each time the prices goes up, touches the level, goes up, touches the level. This is a good corrective move. Not a corrective move, it's like a good place to like that orders were building up and kind of like triggered the market to go on the upper side after that, and prices dumped down, kind of like showing us that the selling momentum was induced already. Right here we did got a break again, uh, pushed on the upper side, bringing the traders to drag the price on the upper side. But with this kind of momentum right here, uh, exactly right, we got a pin bar and prices dropped. Really a good structure, guys. Jens gave a good trade, but I think so. Okay, I think so that we weren't. I wasn't like specifically focusing on that at that time. So kind of like price gave a corrective move, impulsive move, a small range or a breach, and prices dumped down after that. And after now, prices are like kind of like uh, holding around here. Let's see that how we can actually estimate it further. Yens again, guys. Yens again. Sorry, Swiss again is giving us a good move right here. We can even like see this is a clear break that happened, and this is a corrective move right here. And after this corrective move right here, let's make it more simple for you guys that this is a break that happened, and you see like prices started going on the upper side each time, giving us a corrective move. And after this, like the price is kind of like stop going on the upper side, like from this point, and they are unable to make a higher high and started coming down. We see like this is a good break of seller inducement, and now we are having this continuation structure, and we did got a pin bar right here as well, and now price is on pushing down. So guys, if the prices come back here, we can get a move like that. A really easy move on the downside. Even if you guys can able to lock this move from this point to this point, it would be a worth it trade. Secondly, we do have an order block right here. The reason for not marking, or we can what we can do is specifically make it, this is a low 70, 69, 79, and just a sec. Let's make it like that. I think it is more formally, yeah, it is more formally right now, this kind of structure. So any sort of the price coming down there can be a good opportunity right now, but it is really important that if the momentum actually happens around here, so in the London session we would be more, it would be more understanding that momentum can happen. Again, a Swiss pair, guys. I'm getting really interested in Swiss pairs right now, specifically today. They are giving us a move on the momentum side towards the downside. CAT JPY, it's it's a really important structure, guys. We are looking deeply into this. So if you see right here, we had a big break on the upper side. Just a sec, guys. Yeah. So guys, we had like a big break on the upper side right here, and after having a bigger break on the upper side, you see right here the prices went up, exactly testing these levels. Prices came back down again, pushed on the upper side and made a higher high here. And after that we did had an order block, guys. My eyes were totally onto that structure, but the reason for not taking any kind of like position at that moment, because of this breakout, and this breakout kind of like really stopped me for specifically entering into that position. And it's totally fine, because until unless your setup actually like forms completely, you can't take any kind of like clear analysis about it. So what ended up happening, that price is kind of like started going on a sideways. I kind of like waited about it. When the prices reached to this level, I was quite interested in taking longs around here, but still it wasn't much satisfying me with the formation of the candles that were happening. And after that, on NFP, there was a break, and now again the price came back down, pushing back up and again retesting this level. So much likelihood that prices can come down here. More clear setup right now. And on the other hand, guys, I want prices to be there. I want prices to come around here. And you see, if the prices come around here making this complete range, even the prices has a potential to go on the upper side after that. Price coming down here, really important setup right now, requires much more of a patience rather than like action right now. And cat CHF, guys, not a clear move. Okay, let me explain you like what was the scenario right now. So I was looking at this high right here. Prices came back up here, made that formation, and you see like the way the price is moving on the upper side is like we have like a more bullish structures each time right here. Price is breaking out more time, but after that, guys, this kind of like big move happened. Really important to understand right now, like this is the first move that gave us a good amount of like move on the downside after the starting of this uptrend rally. You see, like this is not a big move, this is not a big move, but this is a big move. Kind of like showing that the sellers are getting interested, and the way they reacted around this range right here made me intensely interested in understanding that it can go on the short structure, but it's not even clear at that moment. And then we again got a breakout. So in that case, guys, like if we see that the sellers have some kind of control out here, so if the prices are coming down there, then we can like see that prices can go on the downside, and it could be a good prominent setup, guys. So although it's not urgently developing, but it is still has that kind of momentum in it that can actually push the prices on the downside. GBP, CHF, JPY, I was really interested in this one too, guys. And you see right here, we we have like a zone, and price is kind of like pushed on the downside. So many people, guys, would have taken the longs around here, and high probability longs, because this is an order block and prices could have like massively reacted to this structure right there. But as it was Friday, prices were couldn't like make enough of the motion. I kind of like understood that structure about it. So now it's really important for you to understand that there are two types of scenarios right now which is forming, but now we need to see that which one we need to follow. So there's a break right here, and there's a break on the sell side there. So after the sell side break, price has been like coming exactly to the 50% of this range, and right now prices are here. But we see on the smaller time frame, like with a myopic vision right now, that we do have like a cell type structure, and I would be considering the cell type structure more prominent rather than like thinking that prices can go on the upper side. But the way prices has filled this uh, upward momentum move is really amazing with this kind of structure. Really a lot to learn. That for example, if we had got a straight move, so much likelihood is that prices kind of fill that structure, and the way they filled it, what I mean by they is the big players, is really important and really beautiful in that sense. So guys, this is what actually we are looking at. So we got much interested in uh, specifically Euro CHF right here, and you see we the R has been complete, and it's like around 7 minutes. So yeah, R has been completed, and you see that there is a break of structure around this point, but prices are still like above this level. So this is what we are looking. Anyway, guys, this was like a simple analysis, understanding for you to understand that what could be happening on the daily level right now. So take care, guys. Have fun. So I would be taking a trade for sure, because I understand like the importance of patience. But I want to like take my sweet time before I decide of pulling my triggers. Take care.